presented by STC. My name is Jason Bensel. I am currently the STC immediate past president. I've spent just over the last 20 years working in TechCom for DRB Systems. We're located in Akron, Ohio. We provide turnkey software and hardware solutions for the car wash industry. Kind of our tagline or motto here is, it happens over 1 million times a day. A car wash is washed by a tunnel that uses our products. Our website is at www.drbsystems.com if you'd like to learn more about what we do. The reason for this whole presentation, the Summit registration rates are set to increase here on December 31st by $225, and I'm a 2-time Summit attendee, and so I'd like to share some of my insights on things, tips and tricks I've picked up over my previous 2 trips to the Summit. I attended Columbus in 2015, Washington, D.C. in 2017, and I will be attending Denver here later in 2019. Tip number 1, and for some of you, this may be the most important tip you get here. I'll let that be up to you. Arrive early. This is a chance to turn a business trip into a vacation. There are a lot of things to see and do if you've never been to Denver. I'm going to focus mostly on ones in Colorado Springs, which are about an hour and 20 minutes south of there. It's kind of a little bit of a drive, but I highly recommend it if you want to take advantage of it. Things you can see, the Air Force Academy Cadet Chapel. It's a National Historic Landmark. It's built out of aluminum and glass. It's free. Pikes Peak is a great site to visit. I've been there twice. There are 2 ways to go up to the top of the mountain. There's a cog railroad, or you can drive it. I would suggest that you drive it. If you do come, you're going to want to pack a sweatshirt and coat because there will be snow at the top most likely, even if it's 60, 70 degrees down below. Also around that area is Cheyenne Mountain. It's a military bunker that used to house NORAD, located in Cheyenne Mountain next to Colorado Springs. It's highly guarded, so you can see the entrance to it at the foot of the mountain, but that's as close as you can get to it. There's also the Garden of the Gods. It's a red rock formation that includes beds of red, pink, and white sandstones. 2 of the more famous formations are the Kissing Camels Formation, which are 2 rocks joined together that look like 2 camels kissing, and also the Balancing Rock, which is a rock that looks like it's balanced on just the tip. There's also, if you go over to Manitou Springs, which is right next to Colorado Springs, there's the Manitou Springs Incline. It's a former railroad that was used to access a hydroelectric power plant and water pipes that sat up top that fed the water supply down to the city below. The railroad's since been removed, but you can now hike it. It's a 45-degree incline, and you can climb 2,000 feet in just under a mile. The views at the top are amazing, and it's a 45-degree incline, so if you don't want to go back down it, because parts of it can look like it's straight down, there is a trail path at the top that sort of winds back with switchbacks and such. It's much easier a little bit longer, but much easier to negotiate. There's also a Cave of the Winds Pterodactyl. This is a swing that will drop you straight down over a cliff across a valley. They're suspended in midair by a very small steel cable. One more thing, if this is your first time in Denver, I'll give you a little heads up so you don't make the same mistake I made years ago. Denver is called the Mile High City. I always thought that meant it was located in the Rocky Mountains. It's not. It's located at the foot of the Rocky Mountains, or the start of the Rocky Mountains, which then head west. So when I landed at the airport the first time I was going into Denver, I was surprised when I looked out the window and just saw flat plains, because that's all the eastern part of Colorado is. So don't be surprised if this is your first time there and you're expecting to see mountains when you look out the plane window. Tip number 2, maximize your conference value with free content. Sunday, it can make for a long day, but there are 2 sessions that you can get into for free. The first is 8 a.m. until 12 p.m. The leadership program is hosted by STC's Community Affairs Committee. This is a chance to obtain education for STC community leaders with training in best practices for community and for networking with other community leaders across the country. If you're interested in doing this, you're going to need to talk to your local chapter and have them work with the committee to get you into it, but it's free and it's a very valuable. You're going to learn about a lot of resources that are available to your local community. That runs from 8 a.m. to 12 noon, and you'll need to be registered for that before you go. The second starts at 12 and runs until 5, and that is provided by Adobe. They do a free workshop, and this year the title of their workshop is How Speaking C-Suite Elevates Your Visibility and Organization Value Workshop. This is completely free. They usually host a sign-up page. I haven't found it yet, but keep checking on that. They should have a registration page up for that soon. That's also free. Tip number 3. This is a great chance for you to expand your knowledge about STC by attending some of the administrative sessions that they have. Specifically, the STC business meeting. That'll be Monday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. This provides you exposure to STC's leadership. You'll get to see who the leaders are, who the board of directors are. You're going to get to hear about the business aspects of STC, financial information. It's a chance for you to ask questions and propose motions and get those voted upon. And it's also just a really great chance for you to get an update on the state of STC, see how the overall international chapter is doing and sort of the direction and things that they're looking at for the future. The other is the STC Honors Reception. This is on Tuesday, starting at 5:15. Free food. You'll get to see some of your peers recognized with individual awards. You'll get to see some of the people from other communities and see the other communities as they receive awards. You'll get to learn some of the things that they're doing that are helping them earn these community awards. Tip number 4, don't be a hotel room hermit. This is a great chance for you to make connections with people in other communities across the country. If you've got questions you want to ask, you'll be able to find people that are using products that you're using, maybe find new products that you weren't aware of that are being used in ways you hadn't thought of. You'll want to pack business cards. You'll be collecting them, so you're going to want to pass those out as well so people can get in touch with you. If you don't have any, I'd highly recommend you go to a retailer online. I know Vistaprint and some others will print business cards out for like $10. It's usually pretty reasonable. You should definitely have those. Also, a great way to connect is by attending a lot of the Summit social events. There are breakfasts at the hotel. If you're staying there, go down there. It'll be a great chance to meet other people. You're going to be seeing a lot of the same people as you're going to the different education sessions, and it's a great way to break the ice. There are usually, during education sessions, refreshment breaks in the convention hall, more free food, and another great way to mix up and meet with other people there. The last 2 summits that I've been to, there have been karaoke nights. I believe that's Monday or Tuesday night, and there'll be more information about that. You'll be able to find out about that when you get there, but those are always fun. If you want to participate, you can start thinking about a song selection now and practicing, or you can pick one and not practice at all. It's a lot of fun. You don't have to be a great singer, and if you're not a singer, then you don't have to participate. It's still fun to go watch. There may be a pub crawl. In the past, in Columbus, there was one. There was not one in DC. I don't know about the other summits that I didn't attend, but it's a lot of fun. You don't have to drink to attend. Everybody's very friendly, and it's just a very low-key, informal way to get to meet new people and rub elbows. And the group's very good, usually about keeping everybody together as they move from restaurant or bar to restaurant. Tip number 5, embrace social media, specifically Twitter. Now, I'll give a little disclaimer. I hate social media. This is the one area where I think it's an incredible tool, and I highly recommend it. If you don't have a Twitter account, to get one. If you already have a public account, consider getting a private account. There are two reasons. One, it's a great live news feed of everything that's happening as it's happening during the day. There should be a summit-specific hashtag that STC will make available once it gets closer to the actual conference. If you follow that, you'll get live updates from them as things are happening. Also, start thinking about some of the speakers and presenters for the summit and some of the other leaders in STC that are going to be there, and follow them on Twitter, because they're going to be posting live updates as things happen. They're going to be specifically mentioning rooms that they're in, sessions that they're in, things that are about to happen, things that are happening, and it's fantastic as a live news feed for the conference. If you don't have it, you're probably going to miss out on a lot of stuff. Another great way to use it, if you do a private account, is to use it as a digital diary for the educational sessions. In the past, Summit has done what they call a playback feature. They record all the sessions, or most of the sessions at least, and then they make those available for people that attended the conference to go back and re-watch or re-listen to. They're not doing that this year, so you're going to want to be able to keep track of the sessions you do go to and some of the notes and observations and insights you gain from those. Great way to do that is with Twitter. If you've got a private account, you can record notes, observations, take pictures, and you're going to get a time and date stamp for that. And so when you get home, you can go back and compare that to your schedule and see what those notes and observations were from, and it's just a great way to rehash and refresh your memory from the things you learned, because with all the different sessions, you're going to be getting a lot of information fast, and a lot of different information. And when you get back, if you're like me, it's going to be hard to remember a lot of it or to keep it straight. Bonus tip, let's talk etiquette. It's okay if you show up at an education session and it's not what you thought it was, or sometimes a session might be focused on one product and not really the topic that they said they were going to cover, like responsive design. It ends up being more about responsive design for a specific product. And you might gain stuff from that, but it may not be. You may decide you don't want to spend the entire time in there because there was another session you wanted to go to. Go ahead and get up quietly and go to that other session. It's perfectly acceptable. People do it. Just keep in mind that if you're going to do that, you probably don't want to be front row Joe. Pick a seat near the aisle, maybe in the middle or the back of the room. That'll make it easier for you to leave if you